The majority of sports science studies, and thus the foundation for training and load management, are based on men's data. It's obvious that women have specific requirements. We believe that there is still enormous potential for development in women's sports, which can be realized through specified load management. And we at KINEXON, as a tech provider, strive to support women's teams in the best way possible. Last summer, the TSG Hoffenheim joined as the first collaboration team of our women's initiative. It became clear relatively quickly from the first discussions what 2 points are particularly important to them. First, cycle-oriented training, and second, individualized training. I've been with TSG Hoffenheim since 2015, and the progress that has been made since then is truly enormous. The conditions we now have for athletic training and strength training have also improved. You can also see that women's football has become increasingly athletic. What if you had integrated cycle planning, or for example with tables and flagging charts?
Yeah, I would do that, because I already collect and use the data.
We are fully aware that in team sports with large rosters and fixed schedules, it's not possible to manage the players' load based on their individual cycles. That's why we looked for a way, and found one, to support coaches in pursuing cycle-oriented load management.
Okay, the key feature that is going to set our offering apart is our women's cycle-oriented training dashboard. The key part of this that's targeted specifically for the women's market is the cycle-oriented training information, which we collect via a questionnaire in terms of monitoring in a live context. That's what the cycle tracking dashboard is for. When we get the responses of that key information from the female athletes, we're then able to take monitoring to the next level.
We definitely see it was right and important to initiate and pursue this initiative, as we have received a lot of positive feedback from various sides. For example, from major players in international and national football, such as FIFA, where I was part of the symposium, or also at the UEFA Medical Symposium this year. In addition, we have been able to win AWS as a strong partner, who supports us in many areas. With the help of AWS, we are able to equip additional national and international flagship teams in various sports with our technology. By collaborating with these teams, we continue to learn what specific requirements exist. Additionally, we also receive direct feedback on, for example, new product developments and features. As our first flagship team, we were able to gain Viktoria Berlin, an exceptional German project in football. Viktoria Berlin has very ambitious goals to play in the first Bundesliga by 2027, and of course we want to support them in achieving this. When the light on top of the sensor is on, you'll know that data recording has started. Positional data is also stored directly on the sensor. At the beginning, it's helpful to start with around 5 to 6 metrics and focus on those. As you become more familiar with the data over time, you can delve deeper and include additional metrics in your analysis. The team led by the founders is extremely well structured and professional. However, they still have to operate within the given circumstances and resources of a regional or second division team. I've completed my studies to become an elementary school teacher and will start my teaching internship this summer. Ultimately, it's still my hobby, and I also need the relief and mental break after work. Of course, it's still a commitment that we undertake, and we need to manage our energy throughout the week and ensure that we navigate through it successfully. It works well with my university schedule because I have the flexibility to manage my time. Nevertheless, both commitments demand significant engagement. This is also motivation for us to support Viktoria in effective and efficient load management, to get the most out of the squad and the given circumstances.
The most significant impact is that we have meaningful numbers. I also believe it helps the players reflect on their own performance, how much effort they're putting in, and why certain things might have worked in one game, but not in another.
It's always good to know your own strengths and weaknesses, as well as to identify areas for improvement. The analysis with tracking systems is an advantage for us, because it allows us to see where we need to put in more effort. I find it really interesting, especially to receive game data and possibly compare it from one match to another. Being able to set goals for things like the distance covered and also just observing how one's fitness changes from game to game. I also think it's really important, especially for preventing injuries, and to know when your body might be reaching its limit, signaling that it's time for a substitution. For the new season, we've taken advantage of the seasonal transition to implement KINEXON in every practice session and game. This helps us gather more data, which we can use to make informed decisions about the training process and tailor it to each player's individual needs. Last season, unfortunately, we didn't succeed in the playoffs for promotion and didn't make it to the second division. Especially towards the end of the season, we realized that it was physically demanding for the players. That's why in the current preparation phase, we are placing even more emphasis on building foundational strength. Personally, I definitely want to make my start in the first 10 meters even faster and become more explosive. Since I'm a striker, it's very important for me to be able to generate pressure. I just want to get back to my old performance level and continue to grow personally. Lately I've been feeling a bit stagnant. You know where you currently stand and how you can further develop. But ultimately, we are a team, and we can only elevate ourselves together. A true goal for me is that we become stronger than last season and definitely focus on achieving promotion to the second division.